Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakwedash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, to the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds or Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and this video is about the Mark of the Beast prophecy, which is the microchip. Alright, so here it is, another update regarding this Mark of the Beast prophecy, and it's coming from China. Now, a few weeks ago, I did a video on this same topic regarding some developments in China. But now we have received even more news coming out of China regarding their brain microchip. All right, and they call it, in general, from Neuralink, Elon Musk, to Synchron, to all of these other developers of this brain microchip, they call it a brain computer interface. All right, so a BCI, China's brain computer interface innovation in fast lane. And so it's in the fast lane, right? Because everything is in the fast lane right now, right? The times that we're in is in the fast lane because, the Lord said that he would shorten the days for the sake of the elect. So time, is being, things are being shortened, the days are being shortened. And so things are moving faster. And so we're accelerating towards the fulfillment of Bible prophecy, and this Mark of the Beast prophecy is that major prophecy to look towards, because the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel and the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, will not occur until this prophecy is made fully manifest, the Mark of the Beast prophecy. And that prophecy itself, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, that I'm referring to is, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." So the mark of the beast is a microchip. All right, it will be the wicked elite of Esau Edom. Esau Edom are the so-called white people. That's their true biblical heritage. They're the Edomites, and their forefathers Esau. All right, this is their kingdom. And so their ruling class, which is the banking elite, they have an agenda and a goal that they've been working on for decades, which is their NWO. And at the forefront of that NWO is their microchip, which is the mark of the beast. And they have revealed this a multitude of times from several different individuals that are part of their circle, their organization on the left-hand side, those that they show the faces of to be set up in certain positions of power. These individuals have come out routinely and have spoken about what's in store for the future, all right, which is, microchipping, right? They've all said it in their own kind of different way, but the Spirit of Yahweh Shemishai allows us to understand and to be able to read between the lines of what they're saying, okay? So, of course, the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, is going to become mandatory worldwide, and they're implementing the system and everything to be able to facilitate its usage on a global scale. So certain things have to be put in place, certain systems like the new digital payment system, the central bank digital currencies, and then the digital identification system, because they're consolidating all of your information and your biometrics onto one thing, which is the digital IDs, which then they're going to take that and simply transfer it onto the microchip, where the microchip is going to be an all-for-one use. And then that's why it says, "And that no man might buy or sell," because unless you have the microchip, you won't be able to conduct life in society. And by how they have shown everything that they intend to store on the digital ID, which is all of your personal information and biometrics, your medical information, your financial information, etc. All right. Government information, social media information, and other things that are listed there. They're more, it shows you that unless you're part of the system and you have, you know, it, the microchip itself, then you're going to be completely excluded from society, right? They're already showing that with the digital ID being connected to every single facet of life and being consolidated as one thing, all right, which has been proposed by the World Economic Forum, which the World Economic Forum, they very blatantly to me tell the world about their plans, right? Very blatantly. But, only the elect of the nation of Israel will be able to see this and really understand this, okay? Um, but this is the time that we're in. So the prophet says in the right hand or in the forehead. So the microchip technology is out there. All right, you have people that are microchipped in the hand already, using it for all kinds of different purposes, using it to make purchases, using it to open doors and stuff like that in their house, etc. All right, it's a device that's a multi-purpose device. That's what it is intended to be for. A multi-purpose device to be used for every single facet of life. All right. So in order to continue living in society, right, you're going to have to be microchipped when they make it mandatory worldwide. All right. But then also you have this brain microchip, which really picked up steam in the past few years regarding its development. It has accelerated very quickly. As it says, China's brain computer interface innovation in fast lane. And, once again, it's a fast lane because the scriptures say in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So the devil is referred to as the so-called white man. All right, that is what it's referring to here. All right, the Edomites, the people that are in rulership currently, and they are the wicked. And they know their kingdom is coming to an end, as the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And so they're accelerating their plans. They're moving very quickly, and you can tell, man, by how eager they are to launch their plans, because they've been, they continuously reveal it, and speak about it, and speak about the years in which they hope to accomplish it, and all these kinds of things, all right, from different individuals that have come out. So they're moving swiftly. Let's read on a bit on this. A patient who lost all four limbs plays video games using the invasive brain-computer interface. So you have this brain chip coming from Neuralink, you have it coming from Synchron, you have it coming from China, you have it coming from this other competitor where I think, what does he do? He owns like Steam or something, so he's been developing his brain microchip. All right, so there are multiple people developing it. China is emerging as a key player in BCI innovation, marked by rapid clinical progress and state-backed research. All right, and it's all just so convenient that all of these companies that are developing their brain microchip, it's all just very convenient that it's successful and so quickly and so rapidly. The days that we're in right now regarding how artificial intelligence and technology is once again developing very rapidly, it feels similar to that time in like the late 90s into the 2000s when the phones were rapidly developing and changing and advancing, and the computers as well, and then the way the internet and then technology in general and everything. I remember feeling like things were moving very rapidly, like every few months it was something new, and it feels like that again in a way with the artificial intelligence and how it's how it's developing and everything with that. And then also with the microchip technology, with how this thing has went from apparently animal trials and accelerated towards human trials to being so successful in patients just like that. It all happened so quickly to me. But here it is, the man himself with the brain microchip playing Mario Kart, right? So China's first invasive BCI surgery in June, a Chinese medical team successfully implanted an invasive BCI in a patient who had lost all four limbs, enabling him to play video games using only his mind. The breakthrough makes China the second country in the world after the United States to advance brain microchip technology to the clinical trial stage. All right, so then they talk about that part. The patient who lost his limbs in a high voltage electrical accident 13 years ago could play video games like car racing. As you saw, he's playing Mario Kart within only 2 to 3 weeks of training with a brain microchip implant. Okay, so it's not too hard to gain the grasp of it, to use it. So however it is that it's communicating from the brain to the other technology, it seems seamless. It's up and running. It's ready to go. The science behind this breakthrough is revolutionary. Every thought humans have creates electrical impulses in the brain. The BCI system acts like a translator, capturing these neural signals, decoding them through advanced algorithms, and converting them into digital commands. This creates a direct pathway between mind and machine, allowing patients to control devices with pure thought. And it's successful. It's not something where it is something where they're talking about it and there are ifs and buts. It is literally happening and it's successful. And the scriptures let us know, man. It lets all of us know in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And so the vision is talking about these prophecies, and at the end it shall speak. All right, the end of the rulership of the Edomite, these so-called white people. All right, so their kingdom is in fact collapsing. We're heading into Jacob's trouble, World War III, terrible times, severe judgment, all of these kinds of things, man, are going to be popping off, and this microchip is going to be made mandatory as a part of these end time prophecies. And so it's speaking because it's showing itself to the world, to me very clearly, it's showing itself, right? The size of a coin, the device was independently developed by Chinese scientists for clinical use and is implanted in a thinned area of the skull. Its ultra-flexible neural electrodes, just 5 to 8 millimeters at the tip, can be inserted into brain tissue via minimally invasive surgery. Right, easy to apply. Okay, that's another thing. Right, when they insert it into, whether it's the hand or into, the brain or whatever, it's very easy to do. It's a simple process for them. Okay, so it just talks about more about it, their situation there. But the point remains, right? The development heading towards this mark of the beast prophecy. And so it shows us that the technology is there, it's up and running and ready to go. Okay, same thing with the technology in the hand. There are literally people from Europe to the UK to America, and I'm sure other places in the world, who are microchipped, and they're using their microchip to make payments at the store. Literally, it's literally happening. So then that's there. Now the brain microchip is available and successful, right? So that's ready. So what's the next step? Well, their intention is to make this mandatory worldwide, where unless you have the microchip, you'll be shut out from gaining access to society, right? Any of the services that society has to offer. So they need the cities, the countries, to be set up online and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? To be able to facilitate the microchip in and its usage in a mandatory way where it's needed. So it's all about, as well right now, the digital public infrastructure which they're developing around every country around the world. The digital public infrastructure to ensure that every single city and country is online digitally, so that their new digital system that's coming in with the microchip being about it is just going to work seamlessly. So when you need access to the government services, the system is already set up at these government agencies where the microchip is simply a part of it. Same thing with anything else, right? Because it's just everything, because they're going to shut you out from anything and any service unless you have the microchip. This is where it's all heading towards. So keep an eye out on the digital public infrastructure, because I have noticed in the recent weeks in doing my research on this topic that they have been talking more loudly about the digital public infrastructure. And I believe, speaking as a man, is because they know that the technology for the microchip is ready to go. So it's all about getting the cities and these countries all around the world online, at least to a certain level, for their digital public infrastructure. That's why, like out here in Jamaica, the digital ID has been launched and the central bank digital currency has been launched, but Jamaica is very far behind regarding Jamaica's digital public infrastructure. Very far behind. Then you have over there in the east, in China, where they're very well developed. They're basically, from what I've seen, basically almost there, regarding how the cities operate with the technology and everything. And I'm sure it has more stages to go because articles are still coming out regarding their development, but they're very close over there in the east, places like China, Singapore, Japan, South Korea. These places are quite developed, heading towards what is the quote-unquote future of the intelligence age or the fourth industrial revolution. All right, so keep an eye out on that and just keep watching. Besides that, I do have this video. Okay, and of course the warning, right, from Yahweh Shemishai for anyone that is an Israelite, that if you take the microchip, you're going to be destroyed. You don't have any chance for salvation. So here's this video from Free Thinker Fitness. Girl gets brain implants and microchips. Phone integrated into her body merges with cloud. All right, so, I know they're going to strike my video for something if I play the actual video with her, but there's a portion of the video that I want to play. So just take a listen to this.
6G earlier, which is around 2030. Talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual, kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
Right? So he said many of these things are going to be built into our bodies. So if you read between the lines, he's talking about people merging with technology, and that's going to be by way of the microchip. Okay? And then this scene right here from a television show in the UK, it's about a girl who she is microchipped, and then from her microchip she's controlling the technology, literally the same thing. It was shown in a television show, and for some people it seemed abnormal at the time, but now here it is. It's the same thing. If you're able to watch the video of her and whatever else, it's the same thing, right? It's only that the difference is that first, in the real world, you know what I'm saying, they're promoting the technology for paraplegics or people who have suffered some devastating things that they can't use their limbs or etc. Okay, but in the television show of the video with the girl, she's just a normal, everyday, healthy, living person that just opted to be microchipped so that she can control technology using her brain. And now it is, in fact, a reality. And of course, this thing is only going to continue to advance as time goes on. But it shows you the times that we're in, and it shows you, that we're very close to our salvation. All right, so with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai Bashim Kakodesh. Shalom.